dumating ka sa point na sabi mo nga, nagkasabay-sabay yung problema mo, yung breakup, sa career. Was there a time na na-tempt ka rin?
Ha?
Was there a time na na-tempt ka rin i-try mo?
No. I think my thing before was mainly try alcohol. Diba? So, to be honest with you, it all starts, to be honest with you, diba, of course I can't answer for other people who go through addiction, but I can relate. Kasi, syempre, addiction is also one of the hardest things to conquer. But, kasi, I would say also, I also have sympathy for people who have a hard time quitting alcohol. Kasi madali siya eh, it's legal. You know, you can easily walk into a 7-Eleven and get a beer, or easily walk into a bar. The other substances, you really have to look for that. Force out mo yan. Ito kasi, it's hard to quit it kasi it's so easy. Ang dali niya kunin. Alam mo yun, yung ma-release ka lang nanda sa 7-Eleven, and you're staring at a bottle of, diba, of vodka or whatever, it's right there. No one's stopping you. Kumbaga pati si cashier, hindi ka questionin sa choice mo. So, I would, of course, everyone has his own challenges and everyone overcomes it in their own way. But I do have a special place in my heart for people who try to overcome alcohol. Kasi it's not easy. I understand how difficult that is.
Pag-usapan next.
Oo, pag-usapan namin minsan. Mahirap na talaga.
Tanong ko
Sorry.
Kailan ka huling nag-try ng alcohol?
Me? Laking Pilipinas tayo, di ba?
Hindi, at least patikim.
Laking, siyempre sa Pilipinas, we try alcohol at such a young age, di ba? Parang
Pero
hindi naman
ngayon,
tayo,
ano?
lalo na my time, parang as early as 13, 14 years old, you're already trying your first drink.
Pero ano yung pinakalas mo ngayon since nag-stop ka?
Me, my last ever drink, I think my last drink, because I was a beer drinker. So my last drink ever was a beer. Yeah, for sure. Then I said, it's the last. I don't know the exact date, but definitely, I know where it happened. I put it in Paulo, Avelino's house. Si Paulo pa kasama ko on that day. And then at the same time, it was a beer. And then it happened parang a day or 2 days after what happened with me with the police. So yeah.
So from there,
Yeah, parang nagkita kami ni Paulo ulit. We were just gonna, parang debrief yung sinamahan lang niya ako. Then mag-iinuman sana kami ulit. Then I realized, sabi ko, you know what? I'm done. That's it. Ayaw ko na. Then si Paulo din, quit din. Di na rin umiinom si Paulo eh. So galing din kasi parang mag-best friends kami. So, parang alam mo yung, wala rin naman, kunyari nasa party kami dalawa, hindi rin naman umiinom si Paulo. Wala rin punto. Kasi kami naman lagi magkasama sa mga ganun.
So ever hindi ka na tumikim after that?
Never. Not at all.
Kahit yung mga social drinking, mga ganyan.
No, some people, di ba, I understand some people really stay away from it, yung talagang ganyan. But ako, I have no problems being around it. Like, kunyari, if you guys were all drinking here right now, yeah, I can sit down and I can like have a conversation and not be afraid of alcohol. Then kunyari like sometimes like si Chief, nakakatawa kasi sometimes kunyari, uy, may rum yung cake na yan, kunyari rum cake. Sabi ko, hindi naman ganun kalala to, okay, I can have some rum cake, it's not gonna trigger me into like this whole thing, di ba? Pero, yeah, so parang kasi, you know what I wanted, yung goals ko for that, for my sobriety, parang, I understand kasi for some people, nagiging siyang centerpiece talaga ng buhay nila kasi ang hirap siya talaga. It's really a big accomplishment, di ba? And then you have to stay on track. Every day is a challenge, every day mahirap. To say no is difficult every day. But my goal for myself at the time, I didn't want to make it a centerpiece of my life. Yung gusto ko, I want to quit it, tapos wala lang. Yung, di ba, tapos kanya nagiinuman kayo, I don't want them to be afraid to drink dahil lang nandito ako. Go ahead, live your life. Diba? That's my problem to handle. Parang that's typically how yung ayaw ko na nabuburden yung mga tao because of me. So yun yung goal ko sa kanya. Parang so every time na kunyari, even when I was quitting, kunyari may nagiinuman, imagine, ABS-CBN party, diba? Ang hirap ng dito. That was the first challenge. Sabi ko kay Paulo, sabi ko, oh my God, paano magagawa ko? How do you say no to your bosses? Diba? But you have to. So, I remember the first time, boy pa si Sir Deo noon, diba? Sabi ko, Deo, inom ka. Usually giving me my usual thing. Sabi ko sa Deo, with all due respect, don't drink anymore. That was the hardest thing. Kasi, it's hard to
Cheers
say.
lang?
Yeah, gano'n, kahit cheers. And then,
Kahit mga wine lang.
no, not even.
Talaga?
Sino kabati mo sa Macau? Si Gerald?
Gerald Anderson, Mark Sandes, John Pratt, Sam Milby, and then me. Yeah. Actually, may ano kami, drama moto club yung group namin.
Ano yung
Smoking.
for the record, baka hindi ko narinig kanina. Ano yung nag-trigger sa'yo to stop ako?
Me, I think it was definitely parang a lot of circumstances na nangyayari sa akin. Kasi I went through the breakup at that time. That thing happened to me also. It's a lot of things that that kind of like sabay-sabay at the same time. So again, like in that moment, the easiest thing to do is to just go back to old habits, your old patterns, to drink, to numb yourself. Kasi nga, dami mong problema. I'll just drink myself until these problems go away after 2 weeks or a month. Diba? That's typically what happens before. Pero sabi ko, that in that moment, sabi ko, God is giving me all these things for a reason. And then if I don't do something right now, if I don't change something in my life right now, I might lose everything. I've seen everything. So it's like everything's already on the line. The woman at that time, the woman that I loved already left me. My career is being in question because of this issue. Work, diba? The only good thing that I could see at that time, yung positive lang na nakikita ko nun, was that I had viral scandals. Diba? So para sabi ko, and then kung di ko gagalingan dito, I could very well be a young dad na said that ni Charlie Dizon at Micaela Estrada at that time. So kung di ko gagalingan dito, they can put me there in that position and then there's no coming back. I mean, you have to make a big pivot. I'm not saying that's bad, but syempre, that's another transition in one's career. Diba? So nagsabay-sabay. So rather than turn to alcohol, I told myself that it's gonna be a difficult road, pero all the attention now is gonna go here. Focus on your dreams, focus on your goals. So what I did, and sabi ko nga, as diba, I was doing these things, nanganak ng projects, like from viral scandal, it became Iron Heart. So now we're a rock star again. Naging Katleya Killer, oh my God, I'm a serial killer. Then K-Love, leading man pa ako ulit. And then sabi ko nga, ang galing, kasi diba, hindi instant, hindi bibigay ng Diyos instantly sa'yo eh. Test you first. Diba? Testing ka muna ng buhay. Do you really, really want it? Are you willing to sacrifice for it? Can you say no to these things na ang dali-dali mo kukuhan dati?
What about smoking? Nag-smoke?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I vape. Diba? Pero smoking cigarettes, no. For a role, I would. Kunyari sa Katleya Killer, you'll see me smoking a cigarette. Or sometimes, kunyari, if I have to smoke a cigarette in a, kunyari kailangan siya for a role, you have to practice that. Kailangan mo rin practice, hindi ka pwede maubo-ubo sa eksena, or like, kailangan mo rin practice yung movements mo with it. So sometimes I will allow myself like a week with smoking a cigarette, just to be para lang smooth, diba, yung movements ko and all that. But after that, no, like I prefer vaping.
Kaya mo ba bumitaw?
Sa Yossi, tinatry ko naman yung practice ko lang sunstick, di ba? Sunstick, or kunyari na campus ko na eksena, pinapatay ko na, hindi ko na inuubos.
Jake, okay na kayo nung ex mo?
Yeah, no problem. Parang for me naman, wala pa kaming instance na nagkita na
After the breakup?
There shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, hindi pa kami nagkikita. But there shouldn't be a problem. Actually, sila ni Chila, nakikita, like events and stuff. Pero ako, I haven't had the chance. Not that I'm avoiding it. Hindi lang pa nagkakataon. Parang, sabi ko nga, it's a small industry, but you can be focused in different things talaga. And the world of like events and all that, as nice as that is, parang my priority is more in the world of showbiz ko. Diba? Movies, making movies plays and TV shows.
Pero nahirapan ka ba nung mag-move on?
Mag-move on? I think, it was definitely difficult. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Kasi, syempre, if you remember, sobrang ano siya eh, parang it was so high profile yung relationship na yun. And at the same time, parang ang dami namin pinagdaanan din together. But, sabi ko nga, di ba, like what I said in my last interview with Miss Bernadette, sabi ko, it was the hardest thing also. Syempre, it was the hardest thing, very difficult, but it was necessary. Parang na-realize ko in that process na pinagdadaanan ko, it's bigger than her. It's more me. Parang buhay ko na to eh, di ba? So parang, and no one's coming here to save me. I have to save myself, di ba? I'm a 36-year-old man, ako na lang gagawa na ito. But in that process, I realized parang, di ba, a year after it, kunyari ngayon, I'm grateful na pinagdaanan ko yun eh, kasi it really pushed me. Yung it left me in a position where failure was not an option. There was not a lot to lose anymore. Kasi, di ba, parang hirap ng sitwasyon na yun. Pandemic, ilubos ko ng pandemic. Of course, staying loyal with ABS-CBN comes with a price. You can't really take, you know, yung limitado ng mga pwede na gawin. So it's hard, di ba, to accept. Siyempre, like, these contracts got frozen kasi siyempre the networks are making money. So, ang hirap, sobrang hirap ng sitwasyon na yun. It's very hard. But, again, tapusin ko lang po. But it was necessary. And now when I look back at it, I'm happy I went through it. I'm happy I came out of it alive. I'm a better person. But more importantly, I'm humbler because of it. Parang mas nare-realize ko na, you know, everything can be taken away from you for you know, in a drop of a hat. And the only thing I can really do, the only thing I can really fall in love with, the only thing I can invest in is my artistry, is my craft.
Jake, are you a religious person?
Yeah, yes, of course I am.
Thank you, Jake.
Very religious. I pray every day.
Very,
Yeah, I pray every day.
Tapos may yung about Paulo.
Yeah.
Yung mga roles ba si Paulo na parang nainggit ka na gusto mo sana?
Wow, yes, a lot. I would say yes. Parang kay Paulo, like I remember, my gosh. I remember when he showed me the trailer of Fangirl, and then I was like, oh my God, sabi ko, sobrang ganda naman ng pelikula to, like, God, sabi ko, this is what we dream about, this is what we talk about all the time, parang, this is the kind of movies we watch. But kasi, again, you know, envious, but at the same time, proud, you know, of my best friend, kasi he also won Best Actor for that, and rightfully so, it did. So, but, ang galing kasi when he showed me that trailer, it also showed me what I wanted. And then later on in life, you know, my similar project would probably be like Kateya Killer, yung medyo dark and, di ba, yung parang very eerie type project. So, it, you know, like, of course, like ako, you know, I really believe in, ano eh, di ba, greatness begets greatness. Parang great people recognize great things, di ba? And for me, when it comes to Paulo, more than envy or jealousy, it's really more like I'm proud. Kaya even like yung linlang niya, di ba, with him, with his weight loss and all that, you know, I'll always be loud about it. Kung gaano ako ka-proud sa kaibigan ko, kung gaano ako siya chini-cheer on sa industriya nito.
Yung
Hati ka rin sa hati ka rin sa love life ni Paulo siya.
Hindi ko hindi ko nga alam talaga kasi syempre si Paulo such a private guy, di ba?
Pero dun sa Fangirl kasi nag-prosthetic din si Paulo. Kung ikaw kaya ang gumawa nun, magpo-prosthetic ka.
Oh my gosh. You know,
Cuenca.
malalaman ko na lang yun pag nandun na ako sa sitwasyon na yun. But certainly, para again, kunyari for me, if it makes sense, di ba? If it's art, di ba? If this is art, di ba? Like talaga, like, of course, I don't want to name names you know, if this is not exploitation, if this is not like that. And if it's with a director I trust, I believe in, and with Fangirls, yung director net yun.
At ang dami niyang award doon ni Paulo.
Yeah. Then, tsaka that's director net. Downing, di ba? So, like again, if it makes sense in the world, I have no limitation.
Yung vice
Kahit sa
versa.
teatro Di ba? If it makes sense in theater, then, di ba? Pero I wouldn't be pressured to do it just for the sake of doing it. If that makes any sense.
Yung vice versa naman, may sinabi ba si Paulo na parang gusto sana niya yung role mo na punta doon?
You know, I don't think it's anything in mainstream show business, but it's more in theater. Kasi si Paulo, one thing about Paulo that I love him for this, every time I have a play, whether it's a big play sa RCBC Plaza or sabihin natin nasa certain Manila kami, or if I'm just doing a play in Hiner Cafe, yung ganyan lang, he's always there, front seat center. So, I think it's more of that. I think it's more the theater things. But, he also, nung ginagawa ko yung Ironheart, like, hindi rin niya ako tinipid sa kaka-compliment ng ginagawa ko sa Ironheart. So, maybe that, but for me naman, I think, parang I think, I got a lot of compliments from him with Ironheart, but I think more like, yung mas nire-respeto niya na ginagawa ko is more theater.
Sa ABS na kayo naging close ni Paulo.
Yeah, gusto nga kaming ganunin, gusto kaming paglaban, pero kasi it took one ASAP in Singapore, pagbalik, oh my God, best friends na itong dalawa.
Ba't anong common denominator?
Ako kasi, I think, one strong suit that I have, and I think that's why I'm good friends with a lot of the people that I work with, like sina Richard or si Arjo. Diba, I walk away from these things and they're my best friends. Kasi parang, unang-una, parang, I'm not a very insecure person. I'm confident in what I can do and what I have. At the same time, kasi I love these people because I can see na we all share a common thing na mahal namin yung pag-aarte, mahal namin ang show business at ang artistry ng pag-aarte. So, parang ang nangyayari, rather than be competitive on the set, ang nangyayari, nagiging collaborative yung relationship namin. Like, yung sa amin ni Chart, di ba? Naging bromance na to hanggang sa ending ng Ironheart. Dahil nga kasi, nakikita niya na I'm not trying to take away from him. Nakikita niya I'm trying to like help you, trying to add, trying to make this better for everyone, for the show. Not just for you, but for everyone involved. So, once na nakikita ng co-actors ko na ganun yung intentions ko or ganun yung objective ko for a project, then parang this defense thing na parang ay competitive, nawawala yung wall. Yeah, nawawala yung wall. And then, for me, I also tell like all my co-actors, all these successful projects that I've done in the past, like let's say tayong dalawa, or even like Panday namin ni Coco, or Ikaw Lamang, or even Ironheart, it's all rooted from a good friendship eh. Like never mo kami nakita ni Coco na magkaaway kami or na something. Even though as competitive as things may be, para alam mo yun, but the thing is parang, yeah, it never ends up like that. Or even Katlea Killer, diba? Kasama ni Arjo. Nakita niya na parang, kasi ako, if I see someone having a hard time, if I see someone having a hard time in a sequence, nandun ako sa parang I have to help him. Bro, how do you want to do this? Diba? Do you want to rehearse? Kasi nagtiteatro ako so I can get out of my own way. Nawala na sa akin yung, di ba pag bago kayo gusto nyo maggulatan kasi di ba nagbubulatan kayo sa eksena, oh my God, mga gano'n. Ano na ako sa parang, I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So, and then rather than we waste time, kasi I don't drink anymore, di ba? So rather than mag-inuman tayo and do the typical bonding things ng inuman, sabi ko, why don't you bring your script, bring a coffee, and let's work on the important things together. Diba? And then, so parang pag nangyayari, pag minamount namin yung eksena, tapos natutuwa yung director, lalo na kung teleserye yan, nakikita mo yung reaction ng tao after, of course your co-actors will love you for it kasi tinutulungan mo sila eh, you're bringing out the best in them. Diba? In 23 years, parang, yun at least, that, like I said, Paulo, ulit ako na grateful ako sa journey ko kasi a lot of the biggest projects I've done talaga had to have been a collaboration. Hindi kami ni Coco yun, kami ni Gerald yun, hindi kami ni Gerald yun, kami ni Arjo yun. Itong recently kami ni Richard, di ba? So, di ba? I wouldn't be here without my contemporary.
So, sino yung kinukonsider mong best friend talaga sa kanila?
Wow! Ang hirap. Hirap na
Best. Best.
Pero sa totoo lang, in the top of my mind, kaya in the top of my mind, Gerald and Paulo talaga. Dami na namin pinagdaanan. We've seen the worst, we've seen the best. Tinubad na namin yung pagiging artista namin at naging totoo lang kami sa isa't isa. Sabi ko nga sa amin ni Jeb, we saw each other na day one niya. Sundalo na kami, naging triathlete na kami, nagbumotor na kami. Para you go through life, we've gone through life at least itong lifetime namin, we've gone through so much of it together. Then kay Paulo naman, parang rarely do you find the person na so opposite from you, pero ang dami yung commonality, ang dami yung parehong paniniwala, ang dami yung parehong philosophy pagdating sa
Pero kayo na Paulo and Gerald, bike din eh.
Yeah, motor din.
Nagkakasundo
Pero,
kayo eh.
pero ano eh, nagsabi ko nga parang ang tagal ko nung kaibigan si Paulo pero hindi naman kami masyado nag-ride. Mas
may
si
iba
Gerald,
siyang ka-ride ngayon
si
eh.
Gerald, ang dami namin napuntahan sa motor. Pero kasi kami ni Pao, parang kahit parehas namin pagmumotor, o pinag-uusapan namin ng motor. Pero parang yun yung love ko sa friendship namin ni Pao. Parang nandun yung ano siya eh. It's deeply rooted from your love for acting. Talaga, love for making movies, love for making plays. Yung lagi namin pinag-uusapan pelikula o teatro or anong mga pwede namin gawin, anong mga, yung alam mo yung matatapos yung usapan yung dalawa, then wow, I feel like I got smarter after the conversation with Paulo.
Talaga?
Gano'n kami. And I love him for that. And
Pero mas vocal ka kay Paulo eh. Mas
si Paulo naman kasi,
marami kang nasasabi eh.
that's when you know best friend mo na si Paulo. When he starts to become vocal with you. Kasi hindi talaga, he's a man of a few words. And then hindi rin siya very transparent. But one thing I can say is ako, I've seen that side of Paulo that not a lot of people see. And man, that kaya naman I say, that's why I'm proud of him. Kasi alam ko pinanggagalingan niya eh. I know why he does what he does. And every time he does, every time he wins an award or achieves another culturally impactful project, I'm very proud of him. Vice versa, talaga yung minsan niya parang pinuri ka na ng lahat ng tao, it still doesn't feel right. Pero pag si Paulo na nagsabi na, bro, ang galing mo nun. Alam ko tama na ginawa ko si Paulo na nagsabi nito. Sabi ko, para sabihin ni Paulo yun, it took a lot and I know I'm doing a good job.
So, paano yung friendship niya, Jake? Paano pag may mga problema kayo? Nag-share din kayo sa isa't isa?
Ay, sobra. Sabi ko nga that whole night na nangyari sa akin yung sa police, Paulo was there. Naka-helmet lang siya beside me. Oo. Tsaka, hindi niya pinayagan na may mangyaring masama sa akin. Sila ng dad ko kasi dad ko nandun sa si Paulo. Kaibigan ng dad ko sa si Paulo. So, yung hindi niya talaga binitawan ako doon. Sinigurado niya na chine-check yung kotse, walang ginagawa ng police, na anything. So, kahit